Hello everyone, and welcome to my solo RPG journal. Today we're going to play another game of Age of Fantasy Skirmish. On the same map, with the same sides, except I will play from the undead side this time and use the AI rules for the humans. And I'll try and get some of the things a little bit more correct than I did last time. Being my first game, I made lots of mistakes. Just because I hadn't bothered reading the rules. So, jumping across here, we've got the core rules and the AI rules right here. And the first thing I did wrong was AI deployment. So, doing preparation, we've got a battlefield, we've got two armies. So we need to place D3 plus 2 objectives. Six. So that's 5 objectives. So, Tailspire just got a new feature. How about that? Alright, I need 5 objectives to place. Now, players roll off to go first. So, roll this die for undead. And roll this die for humans. 1. So the undead will go first, which is me as a human. Then alternate placing 1 marker each outside of the deployment zones and over 9 inches away from each other. And deployment zones are just the first 12 inches of the table edge. Okay. At the end of each round, if a unit is within... yeah, that's just how capturing works. Okay, so... me as human player will place... I'm going to have this one here in the center of the road. I'll just move these ones away from it. And then... over in the AI rules, objective setup. When setting up objectives, first divide the area into the area of the table where you are allowed to place objectives into 4 equal squares. When it is the AI's turn to place an objective first, roll for a random square and then place the objective in the center of the square. If that's not possible, roll for another random square and move the objective towards it just enough for it to be in a valid position whilst keeping in mind the objective setup rules. Okay, so the... grab this. So 12 inches is halfway through this tile and then again halfway through this tile. Because I guess we could play running down the road. I'm just assuming that we're... oh, no, because the deploy... I guess we have to... I guess you have to have decided which table edges you're playing on before you place objective counters. There you go. That's an interesting little assumption that I've made last time. And yeah, okay. But anyway, we've got this line here is the halfway point. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's grab yet another die. Oh, I could roll a d4. Let's roll a d4, because that's actually the right number of things. 4, okay, which is the same as what I got. Well, I said 1, 2 going across, and then did I go 3, 4? I think I went round clockwise. So in the center of where... no, that's the one I'd already placed. I could place one was here. Like here. Now, they're not allowed to be within 9 inches of each other. That's fine. So, me as a human I am going to place... I like the look of here. Yep, that's fine. Now, the AI, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 again, the same quadrants. 3, luckily, is this one because... So in the center of the area, on the tree, under the tree. Does that look about right? Yeah, I think so. Probably more here. Yeah, that looks right. It's close enough. And me, as the human, gets to go again. Can I do this? Can I be really cheeky and do this? There's nothing over here. Everything's just in this side. Oh god, I might be able to. Is this... Then alternate, placing one marker each outside of the objective deployment zones and over 9 inches away from each other. At the end of the round, if the unit is within 3 inches of a marker, well... yeah, okay. It looks like that's legal. I'm actually going to place it over here. We're going to just be smart and do that. We're not going to have any of that silly buggers. Though it's pretty tempting. If I wonder if I read the competitive rules if they clarify that you can't do stuff like that. Okay. Deployment. Players roll off, and the winner picks one table edge as his deployment zone, while the opponent takes the while his opponents take the opposite side. Then the players alternate in placing one unit each within 12 inches of their starting edge, starting with the player that won the deployment roll off. When deploying armies, the player must deploy his entire army in a random deployment zone before the AI deploys. Okay, when deploying armies, the player must... Yep. Then AI units are randomly divided into 3 groups of equal size. Okay, so we're doing a random thing, so it's going to be 1 or 2. We'll go 1 for the left. Okay, I'm going over here. So let's go get you boys there. I don't know if boys is right. They're skeletons. I wouldn't know how to tell. I know it's something to do with the hip bones, the pelvis. Shape is different for women. I guess you could tell. I bet the modeler didn't think that through. Oh, you never know. Could have, but I wouldn't have thought so for tabletop miniatures. All right. I'm going to deploy these guys over here. It's going to be reasonably similar, I think, to how I did last time. This is the halfway point, I think. Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. Let's get that guy there. Let's have the ghoul. I'll have the ghouls in the center with the wizard. Everything's a little bit, because the road isn't in the center of the map, but I've centered everything on the road. The deployment zone for the humans is a little bit closer to the thing, so that's okay. Now, the humans are the AI, so... when deploying armies, the player must deploy his entire... the AI units are then randomly divided into 3 groups of equal size, as far as possible. To deploy, divide the table into 2 sections along its deployment zone's table edge and number them 1 and 2. Okay. For each AI group, then roll a die to see which section its units deploy in. If all 3 groups would be deployed in the same section, then you must re-roll until they wouldn't be. Then deploy 1 random unit at a time in its section as close as possible to the nearest objective and outside of difficult and dangerous terrain. What? What? I don't understand. Why am I dividing the units into 3 equal groups, 3 groups of equal size, and then I'm doing it unit by unit? Fuck that. I'm just doing it unit by unit. So we've got section 1 and section 2, unit by unit. So we're going to go with horsey number 1 first. Is going in 2. As close as possible to the nearest objective. That looks pretty good. Horsey 2. Horsey 2 is here. Cool. Swordsman Unit 1. 6. Just get them to the right places first. The right sides of the board. Swordsman Unit 2. 5 is over here as well. Swordsman Unit 3 is going to stay there. Archer Unit 1. Other side. Looks like there's going to be a lot of action happening on the far side of the board there. Swordsman Unit 2. And the captain. Okay, so Let's just deploy this lot along here. So these are riflemen, even though they've only got crossbows, because that's what's in Tailspire at the moment, and I haven't gone about getting models that I can use. Let's just do these guys directly behind. There we go. And we have all units deployed. So that brings us to round 1. Okay, so I think... Oh, hang on. Optionally, players may give the AI a bonus for an extra challenge if the round... The AI is holding as many objectives. Let's not do that. Yeah, no, we're not good. We're good with that. We're good without doing that. I speak as the English. This is why I edited the last one, because I was doing things like this. Okay, I think that we're good. I think that we now just start playing the game. So I think I start as the human because I rolled the winning deployment thing. Yeah. Cool. So, from memory, come over here and I get to move a moon. I get to move a unit. Alright, so we're going to move Skellies. We're just going to double move them to here. Does this actually put me within 3 inches? It does. Where are these rifles at? Yeah, I want them to have the cover bonus. So that's why they're going to there. And then we go to our AI rules. Now, I believe from memory... hang on. Controlling, advancing, shooting, controlling objectives, basic concepts, activation order. Divide the section into 2 sections roll thing, and then randomly select between. So 1, 2. Oh, there's my die. What was that? That was a 5. So this is 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 different units in here. Three. So that was these guys. Now they are melee units. So are there any objectives not under the AI's control? Yes. Are there any enemies in the way? No. Rush towards objective. So I'm going to just put them on the other side of the objective. Which brings me to my turn. And I'm actually going to advance these fellas. Through here. They're basically going to be able to get to here, but I don't want them to get outside of 3 inches of this. So, and I want them to still have cover because there are some rifles there. In fact, this might be terrain that you can't shoot through. So it's going to be easier to hold. In fact, yes. I'm going to cheese the AI rules a little bit, because if it's rush towards enemies that are in the way, they might count as in the way. That's fine. They're going to go to there. They are now contesting that objective, though. How do I make this go away without pulling it out? Anyway, so I've rolled a 5, so that's going to be on this side again, because that's what that roll was going to be for. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2. Horsey. There is an objective over here that is not under anyone's control. So it's going to rush towards it. And if I remember, it's actually got an 18 rush speed because it has like fast or something like that. We're going to get it up there. So if I jump over here, Knight has fast. Fast means it's the AI rules. Move 9 inches when using advance and 18 when using rush or charge. So, there we go. AI is now ostensibly controlling 3 objectives, while I'm only controlling 2, but that's okay. I'm going to move these guys to be just here. Okay, so that goes back to the AI turn. So 1 and 2 from the right over, because that's how just to be consistent. So this is 2 again. 1, 2, and 3. We've only got 3 options, so we'll roll out as a D3, which makes this a 2, which is these guys. So they are going to, I guess, rush towards these guys, because these are under our control. This one's not in AI control, but these guys are in the way. So they rush 12, so to halfway across here. Bringing us to my turn. Now, ghouls have they just move 6 or 12. They can't charge anyone. They're going to move themselves to here. I haven't activated any of these ranged units yet. And what I'm doing is this is I'm pretty sure terrain that you can't shoot through. Terrain types, special rules. Covered terrain. Maybe it's only covered terrain. I thought I read something about a terrain type that you couldn't, it was basically in the way. And it was meant for like clumps of trees and stuff. You can move through it, but you couldn't shoot through. So can't see it in the rules there. Hang on, let me check the. No, not you. This one. Terrain rules: impassable, elevation, covered terrain, difficult terrain, dangerous terrain. No, it's just cover terrain. So if they can see it. If then they're open to being shot, that should at least get them cover. Though, it also means that they're in the way of these guys. If he has to charge someone, he will charge them. Okay. So I need to roll the die to see who goes next. 1. Finally, we're going to activate someone from over here. We've got 3 units to activate. 1, 2, and 3 across. So that's a 3. That's these guys. Now, I have not done... no, which one's the AI rules? The AI rules are these ones. Decision tree. Shooting. So I'm pretty sure shooting units have ranged weapons that are better than their melee weapons and count as shooting units. I'm pretty sure that covers the rifleman. Rifle 21 AP, yeah, it's the AP1 weapon. So, decision tree shooting. Are there any objectives not under the AI's control? Yes. If you advance, will there be any enemies in shooting range? Yes. Advance towards the objective and shoot if possible. Okay. So we're advancing towards this objective. Or no, it counts as in control because starting within 3 inches of it. Bit cheesy. So we're actually advancing towards this objective. I guess I could shoot any of those. Shooting at the spearman is probably the thing to do. So we're advancing 6. And we are shooting at the spearman. So I'm going to need 3 dice. Attack 1, AP 1. Now they've got a quality of 5, which I believe means that they miss. AP was minus X to defense rolls, so none of those attacks meet the quality. They also had a +1 difficulty to their rolls because of the terrain, right? -1 difficulty to the hit rolls. So that's a 3 and they needed a 5. So those are all misses. So that's that turn. Well, that's that. Those units. Now, the only unactivated units I've got left are these two. Nope. Come on. Ghost Swarm. So the Ghost Swarm is just going to rush 12 here. And that's its turn. So we're going to roll 1 and 2 again. So 2, we've got the archers and the captain. So 1 is the captain. So the captain's going first. So she is a melee unit. So she's just going to rush 12 inches towards this objective, which puts should put her here. Or would it put her here? Because she was a little bit in front of these guys. And then it's me again. Now my undead, my vampire lord didn't have any of that stuff either, so he's also going to charge to here, or rush to here. I'm a little bit less worried about... no, I don't want him to get shot, and I want him to have the option of engaging this guy instead. So 1 and 2 for our AI turn. Okay, so this is over here. We've got 1 and 2. Okay, so these guys are just going to rush 12. So they're not going to be able to clear this fence, but he'll be able to get there. So I'm running them around this rubble. And oh, I don't have any more people to play with. So 1 and 2 to get okay here. You're the only person left that can. So you're going to charge. Ooh, combat is happening right away. You are charging in here. Now, he has Impact 1. Impact 1 gives an extra auto hit. However, the spear skeletons have spear, which has attack 1 and flanks. Or phalanx. And phalanx. Enemies charging this unit don't count as having charged for the purpose of special rules. And they must take a dangerous terrain test before attacking. So they don't. He doesn't get impact because he charged this Beerman. Only roll up to as many dice as models with phalanx. Okay, so difficult terrain or dangerous terrain? Dangerous terrain test. Models moving across dangerous terrain, or that must activate it in one roll, 1 die, or as many as their tough value. For each roll of 1, they take 1 wound. Okay, so I roll 3 dice, because there are 3 units with flanks in that unit. For every 1, he takes 1 wound. Does that mean... because he has taken a wound... Dangerous terrain. Terrain features that could outright kill them count as dangerous terrain. If a model moves in or through dangerous terrain, then it must immediately take a dangerous terrain test. To take a dangerous terrain test, roll 1 die. Takes 1 automatic wound. If there are any models with the tough X rule in the unit, then they must roll X die for them instead of only 1 die. Okay. So I'm just wondering if that means that I have to check wound effects immediately. I think I'm just supposed to resolve the wounds, so I'm going to do that. And maybe I was going to not edit this. Maybe I will. We'll see. But in that case, I need to resolve these wounds. Whenever a model takes 1 or more wounds, place a wound marker next to it. Then roll 1 die and add the number of markers to the result to see what happens. So he's got 1 wound. Can I have this die, please? 6. Knocked out. Good horsey. I'm pretty sure I'm doing that right. At that point, I think that the only people to not act are these guys. So they are going to move towards the what's-it-called thing and shoot someone. Now, this guy is in the way. These guys are in the way. Let's see if there's anything in the AI rules about picking targets. Decision trees, terrain, shooting. AI units always shoot at the nearest valid target, prioritizing stunned units first, and units that haven't activated yet second. If the nearest target is in cover, but there is another valid one that is in the open, then the AI must prioritize the one that is in the open. That's easy, this one. So, 3 shots, quality 5 against that guy. 2 hits. Now it's AP 1, so he's got -1 to his saves. But I think he needs to roll a 6 anyway. Ghoul, defense 5. Okay, so he needed to roll a 6 because AP 1. So only one of those succeeds. 6s are always successes. Or you could say that his quality is 5, defense is 5. But he has, or it, the ghost swarm. It's a they. There are many ghosts in this swarm. They have ethereal, which gives them regeneration for normal weapons, which is this. So +5, and it ignores it. So it's only taking the 1 wound currently. It's taking the wound. But it has tough 3, I think. Yeah. So it's still up. Okay, so that is everyone, and we are now coming to round 2. Okay, so now I believe that I go first as each new round, the player that finished activating first in the last round gets to start. Yay! So, let's see who... hang on. Before I do that, let's actually mark these bases different colors. Oh, I forgot to cast a spell. I forgot to do that, so that's on me. So undead are obviously purple. So they've got 2 objectives. And then the humans are red, because that's the color that they're all going to bleed. Okay. So, who do I want to charge with first? Or what do I want to charge with first? Over this side, I actually don't want to do any. I want these guys to charge into these guys first before anything else happens. I do not want anything else to be happening over this side. So we're really just looking at what's happening over here. Now, these guys could come in here and we could easily get another objective over here and then move down the board. Oh, we've only got... It's 4-turn game, so that might not be as easy as I'm making it out to be. Maybe the thing is to come with the ghouls here. They will make it. Yeah, and I don't really want them that guy charging. So these guys are just going to pile in on top of this guy. Even though it's going to make them a target. Yeah, so it's who do I charge first? Do I charge these guys first, or do I charge this guy first? All right. So these guys have ghouls, attack 2, poison. So they're attacking this guy with 6 attacks. Shit. What did I say their quality was? Quality 5. So that's only hitting on the 6s, but that's still... Did I say 1, 2, 3? So that's 3 hits. So now he has to defend against... that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Here we go. These 3. So he defends 2 of them because he's got a defensive 3. But poison. What did poison do? When rolling an unmodified 6 to a hit, that hit is multiplied by 3. So actually... Oh, I need to do that again. So I got 3 hits. So that's 9 wounds he has to defend against. Okay. So there's 1, 2 fails there. So he takes 2 wounds. He does not have toughness. So he just gets to make a... Make a wound check. 4, 5, 6. He's off the board. Try and put them all together. Which is both good and bad for me. Alright, so which quadrant? 1 over on the right and 2... Let's do this. 1 on the left and 2 on the right. Okay, so we're on the right. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 units that could possibly move. 5, we're going to roll again. 5, we're going to roll again. 3, these guys. Okay. Now, we have 1 and 2 objectives that are not controlled by us anymore. I think this objective is closer than this objective, so they're going to move 6 inches up here before shooting their load at these 3 ghouls. And they miss a bunch because they needed to roll 5 to hit. Yeah, 5 to hit. Which brings me to my turn now. Let's have a look to see what spells I've got. Target enemy unit within 12 must take a morale test. Target friendly unit within 12 may never may immediately charge by up to 6 and gets +1 to, oh. He's wizard 1 though, so it's 1d6 + 1 to get that. So I roll a 5 or a 6, and I get Dance of Death off. Deadly Gaze would go on a 4. Target enemy unit with 12 and get takes 1 hit with AP 4 and Deadly 3. Yeah, I'm gonna move my this guy. Let's just see. Wizard. At any point before attacking. So just straight up off the bat, we're casting that at this. That's a 4 to hit. 4 to get the spell off. 2, so I don't. That is unfortunate. But I'm going to jump in on these guys and attack them with attack 4. Now, what does Furious do? Furious gets +1 attack on with a weapon of your choice when targeted. I've only got the 1 weapon, which is my great weapon, and they're AP 3. What are you doing? Hurry up. So, I think I only get 1 hit. With the 6 will hit. So there's 1 AP3 hit that they have to defend against. Nope. Nope. Two. So that's going to fail no matter what. I think they actually had to roll a 6 to get that to work. So that's just 1 model dies. They then get 2 attacks back, which they have to hit. They have to roll 6s to hit because they've already attacked once this round. They hit once, so he has to defend, which he does. No problems. I didn't even have to check the defense. And so it is the AI turn. So 1 and 2 to work out where we're starting. Okay, so we've got 1 and we've got 2. 2. So these guys are going to move 6. Going to get up here. Go away. And they are going to shoot at the guys in the open, which are these guys here. So that's 3 shots. 5s to hit, I believe. So that should actually get 2 shots. And that's AP1. So the ghouls have to roll 6s. Which they do not. So that is 2 dead ghouls. Okay, so nope. This is the thing. Oh, hang on, it's my turn. I don't need to roll to determine who goes next. It's not going to be anyone over here. It is going to be my swarm. Oh, hang on. This guy, there's a morale test thing for this guy. So there's only one thing left. Now, vampire, undead, whenever this unit takes a morale test, it is passed automatically. Then roll as many dice as remaining models tough in the unit. And for each result of 1 to 2, the unit takes 1 wound, which can't be regenerated. What am I doing? For every model left? 2. Okay, it's going to take 1 wound, which we're then going to resolve. So it is knocked down. Had I? Yeah, because he's moved. So now this guy is going to get up and attack these 3. So it's the Ghost Swarm. It has 3 attacks. I read that right? Yep. And that's hitting on a 5. I only get the 1 hit. Ethereal, Strider, Tough, and Undead. Okay, so that's just 1 hit. So they're going to defend. They've got a defensive 5. They make the defense roll. Where'd my 3? They're going to attack back 3 times. They only get 1 hit. Oh, damn it. 4. Which it does not. No, its defense is 6, but it's got the regeneration. Oh, so it takes 1 wound. Had it taken a wound for some reason already? It had. So it doesn't need to take a wound check yet because it has tough 3. Okay. Fight's not going so well over here. Now it is the AI turn. So rolling to see where we're starting. We're starting over on this side. These guys have had their turn. These guys haven't. And okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I think it was 1, 2, 3 to see who goes. 3. These guys here are gonna charge in, getting around this bad boy. Let's go. So they get 3 attacks. And miss all of them because they had to hit on 5s, I believe. Yes. 5s. Which makes it my turn. Fuck. Running out of things I can move. These guys are going to come in around here and attack this troop. So they've got 3 attacks, 5s to hit. They all miss. The other guys turn around and attack, hitting only on 6s. That one gets through, but they manage to defend. Now, the moment of truth. Let's see how those tactics of mine were going. 1, 2. I, as a human, fighting for the playing the undead, want the 1 to happen, because then my spearman will stuff up the shit. All right. This guy's so we're let's just make sure, see what's happening. Are there any objectives? Yes. Are there any enemies in the way? I'm gonna say yes, because it's right here. But no, I can't do that. I've actually got to do this, because that is a doable thing, and technically that's what the rules were asking for. Okay. The humans are doing a lot better. My problem, however, is that it's now my turn, and I don't think I can choose not to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these guys. Yeah, they can charge 12 in here to attack the rifleman. Because the only human units that haven't moved at this point are the footmen there, the swordsman. So we're going to get 1 hit, I think, and they're going to have to defend, which they do, I think. So the riflemen have a defensive 5, and the spearmen have a quality of 5. So that works out for them. And now these guys here are the only human units that haven't moved this turn. So they... No, I've got to do the same thing. I couldn't have done it with the swordsman either. They're going to run right past these guys and charge. Hang on. Just make sure that... yeah, that's easy. They're going to charge these guys because they are currently holding this objective. Okay. So this is now contested. Does that mean it changes? It goes to being neutral, I think. But in any case, we need to roll 3 attacks. We get 1 hit, which needs to be defended on a 5. So they lose skeleton. They get to attack back with 2 attacks that both hit. And they manage to defend both of them. The skeletons go now and miss twice, only hitting on 6s. And the swordsmen roll again, only hitting on 6s. They hit once. And the skeletons fail to defend. So that is the end of turn 2, round 2, whatever it's called. And so this is now human. That's still human. This one is contested. So it's... let me just double check that in the rules, but I'm pretty sure that is now contested. Doesn't say, but we're gonna... I can't be bothered looking it up, so that's how I'm playing it. This is still human. This is contested. So it's currently 3-0. And the AI is winning. So it's time for round 3. So or the undead, I get to go first again. I'm going to choose to have this guy's turn first. He doesn't need to. Nothing's really in a position to attack him at any point. Yeah, we're going to go first with the wizard here. And the first thing I'm going to do is cast Deadly Gaze. Spectral Wind. Target enemy unit within 12 takes automatic hits with AP2. What does Deadly do? Oh yeah, Deadly is 100% what I want. So it's just going to cast Deadly Gaze on the captain. 6. So that goes off. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Deadly Gaze takes 1 hit with AP4 and Deadly 3. So she needs to roll a 6 in order to stop. Because sixes are always successes. So she needs to roll a 6 in order to not take 3 wounds. Oh, she does it! No wounds. Damn. All right. Well, now he's I'm gonna scooch him over to here, and he's going to go at. Hang on. Did he have 4 attacks? He had 4 attacks. That's right. The thing crashed. So does he hit on 3s? Does he hit on 4s? Stop doing that. He hits on 3s. So they all hit. So they have to... Hang on. AP 3. So they have to roll 6s to... Okay. So one of them's off the board. The other one takes 2 wounds. So we'll roll the wound effects right. Why am I rolling? Stop it. Do the thing that I want, not the thing that I tell you. 4, 5, 6. He's dead. Okay. Now it is the AI turn. What have we got? This is a 1. So 1 on this side, 2 on this side. So 1, because we're rolling a D2. So we've got 1 and we've got 2. So these 3 are wailing on this guy. That's 1 hit. Which he does not manage to defend. Oh, was he supposed to take a morale check? That morale check thing? Let's do that really quick, because maybe this'll... he rolls a 1, so he's actually taking 1 wound there. So the wound effect for that is... he's out. So in actual fact, these guys at the last turn held this and are charging back in here. And we're just going to roll their attack again. All hits. Oh. No, this is the deadly thing. So, hang on. So, what's going on? Oi. So they're charging the spear skeletons who have phalanx. The phalanx special rule. Enemies charging this rule don't count as charging for the purpose of special rules. They don't have any special rules. And they must take a dangerous terrain test before attacking. Dangerous terrain is roll for the number of models. And if the result is a 1, then they take an automatic wound. Look, I rolled the number of dice, so we'll take... I rolled the right number of dice, so we will take that as the dangerous terrain test. And then roll no hits. So they will, however, attack back. So they're getting the 3 attacks back. And none of those hit because they've got a quality of 5. We will then say... Oh, God. These guys are then going to turn around and attack. Yeah, I don't care who gets it over there. So these guys are going to turn around and attack the riflemen. They need 6s to hit. They don't get any hits. Oh, no, wait, no. Yeah, no, they don't need 6s to hit because it's their second round attacking. The riflemen however, are having their first round attacking, so they hit on 5s, I think. They riflemen have a hand weapon, which is attack 1 and quality 5. So that was 2 hits. So they have to roll to defend. They don't make any of those defense rolls. Just bleeding skeletons over here. Hang on. What is... No, okay, so he has to now make a morale test. Hang on. Armies take casualty. Okay, there are 2 times when a unit must take morale test. Whenever an army is down to half or less of its starting units at the end of a round, or whenever a special. Oh, okay, so I don't need to take morale tests. Wounds, morale. To take a morale test, the unit simply takes one's quality. So does that mean I don't take morale tests? There are a lot of people on the internet that say morale tests are ambiguous. Yeah. So it's in. So I need to roll a morale test, not a morale test because they all automatically succeeds because it's undead. But on a 1 or a 2, it takes a wound. 5. It does not take a wound. You're good. You're good, mate. You're good. All right. You've gone. You haven't gone, but I forced you into making your attack. So, 1, 2. All right, so these guys are a shooting unit, and they are in melee. I'm not even going to look up the rules. They're just going to pile in and get this guy dead. Oh, why am I playing with the AI rules if I'm not going to look them up? Don't care. Misses at all times. He's going to roll to hit back and miss. Okay. You've gone... The only root units that haven't gone are you and you. We're going to go with these guys. And they're going to get a hit. Which these foot soldiers are going to successfully defend. And then the foot soldiers are going to attack back. Get 2 hits. Which... the skeletons is going to turn into 1 wound. Now, we have to do on this side of the board because there's no one over that side of the board that hasn't gone. So 1, 2, and 3. So that's 2. So that's these guys who've just gone. I can't... Let's look the rules up. Hang on a second. Special rules, terrain, shooting, melee. AI units always charge. Yep. Enemy counts as being in the way when there are 6 inches on either side of the path. There you go. I think they're already in... melee, and I don't know if it's got rules about moving out of melee. I'm going to have them turn around and hit these skeletons. They need 6s to hit, which they fail to do. So they're going to attack back. They need 6s to hit. 2 hits. Defending on a 5. Up. 1 defense. So that's one knight down. Knight, one, whatever it is, down. At this point, it is my go, and I'll take this guy and attack these three. He's got 3 attacks, yeah. Ghost Swarm has 3 attacks. But he's got poison, that's why I was rolling huge numbers of dice. Roll some 6s. That's too many attacks. 1, 2, 3. Okay, none of them are 6s, but he hits on 5, so only one of those goes through. So we're only dealing with... Go away. Where is my... Does he succeed? He does not, so we lose one more dude. It is now... We've got these two to choose between. So this is this one. You are the closest unit to charge. So you're going at them with 3 attacks. The captain has 3 attacks. Hitting on 3s, so 2 hits. They defend on 5s. That's 2 1s. So one of the models is taken straight off. The other one takes a wound. Nope. Nope. This one, this die. It is stunned. Status knockdown. Now it succeeds its morale test. And doesn't take any extra wounds. It's already had its turn. I think that the only undead unit that hasn't had its turn is this one, so it's going to stand up, which I believe knocked down. Oh, hang on, let's go to this one and see if I can find it here. Knocked out, stunned. The model is placed, is stunned until it's the end of its next activation. Place it on its side. Stunned models fail morale tests automatically and must stay idle. I haven't worked out what morale tests are supposed to do when they fail yet, I guess. But what's the point of taking a morale test if... maybe I'm taking morale tests at the wrong point. Maybe I'm supposed to take it at the end of the round? I don't know. At the end of a round. Yeah, so this should probably be unit instead of army. So I'm just taking morale tests at the wrong time. We can fix that. But that is all of the undead units done. Are there any human units left? Just these guys, I think. These guys had a turn. She's had a turn. They've had turns. Yeah, it's just this guy. Oh, these 2 guys. No. Yes. So they're wailing on this guy. They miss. He's got 3 attacks. Roll some 6s. Gets a 6. 1 single 6. Poison. Poison, so 3, that's basically 3 hits. Which they need 5s to... Ooh. Okay, so that's 1 guy done. The other guy has 2 wounds. So he's now going to, roll the wound test thing. He's going to fail it and be taken off the board. Yeah. Poison. Poison is the shit. Okay, so this is undead. Uncontested. So it's 1 to 4 at the moment. And things aren't going so well for our undead units. But it is now time for... Wait, are we going on to round 3 or are we going on to round 4? God, I've lost track. Okay, so this is round 4. And we are at the end of the game. Whoever has the most objectives at the end of this turn will win. So, starting with me, the vampire, at the beginning of the vampire turn. I'm going to start with the wizard, with the vampire, and he is going to do the deadly thing. Okay. As I said, we're starting with the vampire, who is going to cast this Deadly Gaze. Oh, yes. On her, she has to defend against the thing with a 6. So she takes 3 wounds immediately. And she's got tough 3. So she is immediately making a wound test. 5, 6, 7, 8. And she needed to roll... hang on. Where is the tough rules? Tough. 5 plus X or more. They are only knocked out on a 5 plus X or more. Yeah. It's gone. She's out. At which point, he is going to... What is he going to do? This one's not going to be able to do anything except stand up. He's going to rush... to here. He's going to do it so he's standing behind this to get some cover. So that this can become... Alright. Yeah, so. Now. 1, 2. 2. So the only unit that they've got is this one. And they will prioritize the stunned guy. I need 2 dice. And they will roll against him. They get 1-5, and then he has to defend against it, which he doesn't. So he takes an extra wound, and then he is still stunned. But he was already stunned, I think. How does that work? Wounds. Stunned. If stun models fail morale tests, if a stun model takes any hits from shooting or is charged again, then it is knocked out. No, it's just done. It's out. And they have had their turn. So I need to check what the rules are here, because that's it. They can't move. And my win condition is not killing them. When taking a charge action, the unit must pick one valid target. Who can strike? Area striking. Return consolidation moves. If the defending unit was not completely destroyed. Oh, okay. If the defending unit was not completely destroyed, then the charging unit must move back by 1 inch, separating itself from the defending unit. Oh! So, because I missed that, these guys shouldn't actually be in a melee. And so, I don't have any reason to move to attack these guys. I can just take the objective. At which point, my best move is actually... So these guys... So these guys should be here. I'll keep them all there, but they're not actually in engaged with anyone. I guess that this guy is in the way. But really, what I'm getting is that my best move here, in order to win the game, is to move this guy here. And then the only units left to go, these guys have gone. So there's only these 2 units left on the board. So 1 for the riflemen, 2 for the soldiers. These guys go next. They're going to... Oh, which means that they now have to roll a deadly test. Is it 1 per... Hang on. Special rules. I don't want special rules. I want dangerous terrain. No, I do. I want phalanx. And they must roll a dangerous terrain test. Only roll up to as many... Yep, so only 1. For each roll of a 1, they take 1 wound. That's a 1. Ah, I've been playing this wrong. These guys are heaps more useful. And now they get 2 attacks on this guy. Both of which miss. He gets 1 attack back, which also misses. And then they separate. And that's them. At which point... I attack these guys with this guy. I get 1 attack against them. 2. They get 3 attacks against me. 1 hit, which I defend against successfully. And it's the attacker that falls back 1 inch. I guess I go in here. And then these are now the only troops on the human side that haven't moved yet. So they shooting decision tree. Yes, there are. If you advance, will any enemies be in shooting range? Yes. Advance towards the objective and shoot if possible. So I actually don't care what happens at this point, because they get to here, and then they shoot this guy, as opposed to charging to take the objective. They're not within 3 inches, just. So they're gonna attack him. They get 1 hit, and he defends. He needs a 6 to succeed. He doesn't, so he takes a wound. Wound effects. He's out. But it doesn't matter, because they're not close enough to claim the objective. And so on my last turn, because the humans got through first, I move to here and claim the objective. And then we do this because it's now the end of the round. No, reveal. Base color, purple. Get the right purple. And I win. Just. There are... Arguably, I win because I've got my captain. My vampire lord is still up, whereas their captain's down. They've got more models on the board, though. But, hey! I win! Now, I've discovered that I wasn't doing combat right at all, which means I've stuffed the game entirely. But hey, it is what it is. I had fun. And I guess I'm going to have to do it again to try the game out with getting the rules right. Yeah, that makes a heap of sense, because I was wondering what's going on. I've got I can't. How do I move out of battle? Well, I'm just not in battle unless I'm actually charging. That's why there are only charging rules. It all makes sense now. So that was it. That was my second game with these sets. I'm not sure. I've got another map with another video ready to go. So that may or may not have come out before this video has. I'm not sure if I'm going to play again with these quick start armies or if I'm going to try building my own. Because I didn't get the combat right, I feel like I should try again with the quick start armies, but I will probably try on my other map, which will be interesting in itself. So, until next time, I'll see you later. Have a good one.